devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say, for the record, for all those agencies out there listening, that for this live stream, I have all my monitors set up here that I can see all entry and access points of my home, and I can see the closest roads. So I will see you coming. All right. If you try to come for your boy. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No, I don't think it's that serious. It's just totally You guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. Man, there's a lot of dirt on this dude. Like, there's almost no way. Man, it's so great to see Joe Q in chat, bro. Great to see you. I'm so glad that you're not banned from the channel. It wasn't me. It was ShoeTube, not me. Okay, so there's a lot of crazy dirt coming up on this second T-Rump shooter, man. This is pretty crazy. It's almost impossible to not. I don't want to be all like hyperbolic, but it's seeming like this guy was possibly a CIA asset. Hold on. What? Where's my a CIA asset? There you go. I was like, why are my effects not working? Uh, yeah, some crazy stuff, man. I want to say shout out to what up? What up? Good to see y'all. G23, Jova Q. Great to see you guys. We're gonna go through. We're gonna do our normal thing. We're gonna greet all of our channel members. We're gonna say what's up to everybody. We're gonna do that. But man, this is looking crazy, bro. You know, like more than a month ago, when I think me, Crump, Flying Rich, Red Dawn, we were all going through having a conversation about like predictions. And Flying Rich, I'll say, was the first one to say that he thinks there's going to be an attempt on Trump's life. Hey, dang, Kurt 24 is starting early. Kurt 24 just sent a $25 cash app. Holy smokes, bro! Thank you. What is this for? Why you pay me? Um, Open the app for more details. Hold on. What does it say? It doesn't tell me why. Why you send to me? Kurt, thank you. I appreciate that, man. You're straight up G, gentleman and a scholar. Let's see what it says. And it doesn't say why. It's just showing some love, bro. Thank you for that, man. I certainly was not expecting you to throw money at me like a stripper the moment I start. But man, I appreciate it. Love you, bud. Thank you for that, man. Kurt, you're a G, man. All you guys out there that support every single live stream, man. I'll tell you, I've been dragging as kind of feeling a little funky inside. Like, you know, when you're feeling like you got a virus, like I don't know if it's like early stages of the flu or like maybe just a cold or whatever, but my whole body is like bleh, like dragging. I'm super congested. I could probably hock a loogie on the wall and it would just like slide down like throughout the 2 to 3 hour stream that we're gonna have. But actually, we're not gonna be able to have a super late stream because I gotta wake up semi early tomorrow. So anyway, if I seem like I'm dragging a little bit, my bad. It's just I got a little funk, a little machine gun funk. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna start. We're gonna greet all the channel members and say what's up. But I just want to start by saying that holy moly, this is looking super dirty. It's looking like looks like it may be a part-time job. Anyway, we're going to take a look at it. So first, let's start off by saying welcome, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to DLD After Dark, I don't believe you because we know with certainty that YouTube does not show my content to new people. But if you're going to maintain that position, then I'll say welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate you. I hope that through this interaction that maybe you'll believe that we've earned you, to click the subscribe button or maybe even a like. I don't know. You guys let me know. I heard if you click the like button 3 times that it automatically subscribes you, but I don't know. You guys got to let me know. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. But before we do, I want to say this to all the channel members. You guys are the ones that are just contributing a great deal to the channel. The channel members are like just the lifeblood of the channel. There is no other form of monetization on this channel. I actually intentionally did not monetize the stream tonight because we're going to be going over this interview with someone that knows some stuff, and we're gonna watch that together. Red Dawn tried to get through it on his channel. He was having some stream interruption. Interesting timing. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go through that, and we're gonna look into the crazy, ugly, dark rabbit hole that is the Segunda Trump shooter. So we're going to do that. Anyway, if you're watching this the next day or the next day or the next day, then you are part of the replay crew, and I appreciate you. So, like my boy Razor JB says, type in a little comment that says replay mafia or recapitulation syndication. Shout out to you, Spin 360. And anyway, people come up with all sorts of creative stuff like reheating leftovers and whatever, all the rewatch stuff. Oh, excuse me. You guys come up with super creative ways to say it. I'm not that smart. You guys are. So drop a comment and remember that we go over the comment of the day. So if you leave something that's funny, creative, or witty, or anything like that, or like the last one, if you just make fun of me being a large man, then I'll probably bring it up and make fun of myself with you. So congrats. Anyway, guys, we're at about 99.8% of the people that watch this channel are subscribed. So I am certain that YouTube is not focusing on growing this channel, but I am dead set. I am 100% committed to getting to 5,000 subscribers. So if you know a friend that thinks like you, if you have a family member that thinks like you, and you think that they would appreciate this show, then I would encourage you to share it with them. You guys know you know me. I usually do not ask you to share this, to like it, to do all the silly shit that you hear YouTubers saying, like, don't forget to to like, subscribe, and share, and all this. I never do that, but I'm asking you guys. I have to beat Shooting Gallery Joe. I have to get to 5,000 before he does. So do me a favor, share it with other people, even share it with yourself if you're a loner. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we do, I need to get some nicotine. So we'll be right back after these messages.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
All right. And as we get into it, let's go ahead and greet the first person in chat tonight, which your boy, Mike McClune, the goon. Congratulations, my guy. You get a crisp high five. Appreciate you, brother. And not only is Mike McClune, the goon, a channel member, but he is also a moderator. So I appreciate you, my guy. Great to see you. And I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man. I know it's not easy to come in and dedicate sometimes 1, 2, even 3 hours for live streams. Because sometimes, look, we run long. You know what I'm saying? We run real long. No, but appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Let's go through and say what's up to all the channel members. For people, if you're here for your first time, again, don't believe you, but if you're saying that you're here for the first time, we usually take the next 10 minutes or so to greet all of our channel members and just to say what's up and to welcome everybody. So channel members in chat, sound off. We're going to go through and welcome everybody and say what's up. So we got Blue Curtain Burner in the building. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. We got Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Brother, appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well, who is not only a channel member, he's also a moderator. Appreciate you, my guy. Mike McClune, the goon, Kurt 24, Blue Curtain Burner. Let's see, I'm just going through here. We got Zanty Misfit in the building. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. We got Not My Name. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. Eric Stockbridge in the building. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. Appreciate you as well. He says, hey, folks. Howdy. Boy, howdy. Let's see, Eric Stockbridge, Mike McClune, Not My Name, Kurt 24, Zanty Misfit, Mike McClune. Let's see. I gotta find the new peeps that I haven't said your name yet. Hold on. We got Flying Rich, who's also a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. And we will be together. I guess I can't technically say where and when, but we'll be attending an event that's usually at the Georgia South Carolina line. And it won't be too long from now. And also, oh man, I can't wait. Very, very soon, you guys will be seeing that the knives will be available, like very, very soon. I know we had said 2 to 3 weeks. It may be a hair sooner, but we're working on it. So, just chill. And for those of you that don't know, what I'm talking about is a new knife company that we're launching called Definition Knives. They are straight fire. That's the co-pilot. I got the bird shot right here. And these are excellent EDC knives. These ones are samples. They're not lasered with our logo and all that. Ooh, this is the dark one right here, the DK1. I was going to be funny and kind of troll and call it the Mark One, like the MK1, but I already did too much to commit to the dark one. So there's that. Here is the journalist right here, HCR 13 MOV steel with a roller 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 ball lock. Certainly not like an axis lock that you typically find in benchmades. No, this is different, and this is of course the Boyd, which is one of my favorites. This one was named the Boyd in honor of my father for reasons that is just too long to explain, but I'll say one of the most popular ones has been the co-pilot with the blue hardware, the little carabiner clip, because every single one of the knives that we are making here has a spot for if you want to do paracord or whatever charms, if you want to put lucky charms on there. But this is dope. So anyway, the company name is Definition Knives. DefinitionKnives.com is ours, but it is not ready just yet. We're working on that on the back end, and until then, you can feel free to go to Instagram and you can search Definition Knives, all one word, all together, and then you're going to see where we're going to be posting knives before they're live for sale on Definition Knives. Anyway, check it out. All of these knives are going to be under $100. All of these that I'm showing you are $59 to $79, depending on the steel type, the model, and all that. So I know, DLD QVC. I'm at it again. Also, bro, did y'all see that the um Prism? Yeah, the Prism is $99. That's crazy. $99 on techknivesusa.com. And if you use code DARK, you get 20% off. So this takes a very high quality OTF with a D2 tool steel drop point blade, and it makes it like $60, bro. So it's really, really, really great value. To give an example, there are other high-end OTFs. These were all like 159, 179. So, you're getting a really good quality blade for a good price. I think it's still $99. So if you get Attack Knives USA and use code DARK, you get 20% off. So the 40% off that they were running, which I think it's still active, does not apply to that model. So, but it's still a crazy, crazy low price. Anyway, let's keep it going. My bad. I get excited. I'm pumped about our knife company. Y'all, look, I'm gonna be real. You have no idea all the hard work, months and months and months and months of hard work, and the thousands and thousands of dollars that we have put into this. We are heavily committed to this, and we're heavily committed to the success of this, man. So, we got to make sure that it is remarkably successful. So anyway, let's keep going through. Zanti Misfit, brother, I know we already said what's up to you. Not my name. We said what's up to you. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Mike McClune, Lagoon Bros, Anti Misfits, let's see. Hey, there he is. Taco Syndicate, brother. Great to see you as well. Also a Chenamemba. We got, hey, thank you, Kurt24, dropping the Instagram.com/definition knives. And just so all y'all know, as far as my link tree goes, I have been banned for life. So, there's that. I should probably remove it from all of my descriptions, the YouTube description. See Taco Syndicate, my guy, great to see you. Drew, lifetime Chenamemba, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out as well. And it was great chatting with you. We were sending like voice messages on IG, and it's just like we're right there talking with each other. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. All right, we got Mike McClune, Drew, Ski, what it do, Ski, Taco. I always want to yell taco like Nacho Libre. Kurt 24, Joe Q moderator. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Let's see, Mike McClune, Drew, Joe Q. Let's see. Hey, Gort. Great to see you, brother. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. He is also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. And can I just say that it's super dope to have over 60 people in here, and we're just getting started. This is going to be a good one. If you have not subscribed, then please do subscribe, because once we hit 5,000 subscribers, there's going to be a huge giveaway, like huge giveaway. And I don't know if you know this, but the giveaways that we do around here are pretty serious. We give away optics, knives, kit, medical gear, like all sorts of stuff. It's been crazy. It's like the kind of thing that, like, when you see it, it makes you say,
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
okay, maybe not like that, but it makes you say, like, wow, sorry, I'm stupid. I know. All right, let's see. Taco Syndicate. Hey, Douglas Boing. Great to see you, bro. And I love how you got the CRS patch in your picture as well, your profile pic. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see. Kurt 24, Drewski, Wadadewski, Gort, Slim223. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. Bill Campuris. Great to see you. Kurt should get at least a little side boob. I agree. I agree. He should. Man, dude, Kurt's a G, Drew's a G, all you guys, Rudy Finney out there, straight up G. Man, all you guys that you do too much. You're too kind to me. You're too good to me. I do not deserve you. I am not worthy. Yes, yes. Red Dawn Readiness, Icarus Precision dropped a module for the Echelon grip. Now, this is such a big deal that when I saw this, the first thing I wanted to do was, but, but it's Icarus, and you can't hate on the Icky. All right, you cannot hate on the Icky. All right, even though you can hate on the Echelon all you want, but you can't hate on the Icky, man. The Icarus Precision grips or grip modules are just like primo, primo. That is the one thing that may make me consider an Echelon. But I'll tell you what, I got an exciting pistol coming in, and you guys are going to be blown away about what it is. I'll say this: it is a semi-automatic 9mm pistol. The company that's sending it to me is Redacted, and it is a burnt bronze frame with black controls, with a black slide, with a copper tin threaded barrel, and they're also sending a copper tin non-threaded standard barrel as well, so I can run this with my kit because they want to see, like, how it works and stuff. So yeah, I'm pumped. You guys are going to see it too. And I got some videos coming out in the future where you guys are going to be able to see the shadow systems, excuse me, XR920 running. You guys are going to be able to see this pistol that I'm not going to tell you about yet running. And you guys are also going to see the Anderson Frontline 11.5. Man, I got to say, I'm impressed with that. I am impressed with that. And just to know that Anderson, like, stepped up their game so much to, like, literally, like, there are 2 law enforcement agencies that are running these as their duty rifles. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Bill, Kurt 24, Senor Bob. Great to see you. Chana member. Appreciate you, my guy. Kurt 24, Senor Bob, Taco, Bob Slim 223. Let's see. Senor Bob. Hey, Mark Tucker, Mobka. Yo, great to see you, my guy. DLD After Dark. On a positive note, I ordered a Polonium K today. Polonium K. What is that? Polonium K. Hang on. Is it something I need to look up? Polonium K. Let's see. Am I Oh, that's the can. I was gonna say it sounds familiar. That's what's up, man. That's dope. I'm still waiting on a can that I did paperwork for, like, April 20th, bro. But I think it takes me a little bit longer because I may have some speed bumps when they're doing my criminal background check. Let's just say that. Senor Bub, Mike McClune, the Goon. Hey, Tackleberry Bug, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Let's see, Senor Bub, Mark Tucker, my guy. Taco, Mark Tucker, Z, bro, great to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. We got over 70 people in here. Appreciate all y'all. Bob, Taco, send a kit. Z's anti-misfit. Let's see who else we got. Zeech. We're almost done. We're wrapping it up. Mike McClune the Goon. Just making sure I don't miss nobody. Um to a Diddy party. Ugh, ugh. To a Meek Mills party. Yo, Lightning McQueen, brother. Great to see you, man. Yeah, I am a little under the weather, so burr with me. Burr. It's cold in here. There must be sorry. Okay. Lightning McQueen, Kurt 24. Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Mike McClune, Santi Misfit. Yo, there he is. Goonbeam in the building. Yo, great to see you. If you guys don't know this, Goonbeam does make the literal best flashlights in the business. These things are awesome. And if you go in the description of the video, then you will not only see some of the best flashlights in existence, weapon lights for your rifle, for your pistol, handhelds. Where'd my go to? Here's another one right here. This is actually one you're not going to find. It's got the baby clip on the big boy. Look at that hot spot right there, man. It's crazy. Anyway, if you use code dark, you save a bunch of money. So show Goonbeam some love, my guy. Yo, and Goonbeam, I finally took out one of my mini Glock 45s. Actually, that Gen 5 45 right there, and that is the newest pistol light from your boy at Goonbeam. Yo, that thing is fire. I love the new bezel on it. I love the new screw head, I guess whatever you want to call it. Like, dude, that thing is money. If I could replace every single light that I have, I've actually replaced every single light with Goon beams on my pistol lights, excluding one TLR1. Well, one TLR1 HL and one TLR1, like the old school one on an old shitty MMP. But anyway, love them. If you guys haven't seen the new Goon beams, the new rifle lights, and the new pistol lights, you need to step your game up. Okay, moving along. But you can get to the site by the link in the description. Okay, Mike McClune, Kurt 24, Agarizer, brother, great to see you. Also a Chinamemba. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's see. Kurt 24, Mike McClune. Hey, Jason Ewing. Great to see you, member for 21 months, bro. I love it. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. Much love, fam. You too, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Hope you and the missus are doing well. See Zanti Misfit, Agarizer, Zanti Gort. Hey, Craig, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a channel member. Hope you're doing well, brother. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. And look at this. Shauna member. Not only is she a moderator, but she's also a channel member. Appreciate you. Thank you for you and Jason coming in and hanging out, man. Appreciate that for real. See Shauna, Eric Stockbridge, Zanti Misfit, Jason Ewing. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Jason. Otter Creek last 556 can. Yep. Yeah, I found that out. I'm late and I'm mad behind. Yes, sir. Hashtag free CRS. And apparently, Justin is about to get out, bro. So that's gonna be fire. Man, none of these guys should have ever been locked up, bro. This is crazy. It's a political assassination, bro. Speaking of assassination, if the second shooter gets a little sleepy one night and doesn't wake up a little too sleepy, I'm saying we should prepare ourselves for that because dude is looking super dirty, bro. Super dirty. Jason Ewing, Agarizer, ADXR 920, my guy, member for 28 months, 28-month hype, brother. I appreciate you so much, man, and all the support to the channel, dude. For real, great to see you. And yes, he is a channel member. Hey, look at that. Goonbeam, use code DARK. And actually, in the description, that my affiliate link is in there too. It does support the channel. I believe I am affiliate ID number 6. I know. I was one of the first half dozen, bro. That's crazy. Agorizer, Jason, Kurt24, ADXRNN20, bro. Let's see. See who else I missed. Kurt24, ADXR. All right, now for the honorable mentions, we got Damian Christ, my brother in Christ. What's up, fam? We got P38 Wilberto. Great to see you, brother. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. We got Tackleberry Bug. What's up, fam? Good to see you. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up, brother? DB Cooper, which I knew he survived. I knew he got away with the money. Come on, let's be real. View through cast. What's up, man? Thank you for coming back and hanging out. Appreciate you. Yes, I do remember you. Let's see, DB Koopa. It's not a Koopa. G23, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Let's see, Damien Christ. JC Neener, brother, great to see you. Dark, those speed bumps are the fights with Prius drivers. The person that was responsible for that those punches, that was just one punch, was never caught. Was never caught. To the person that's backstage, if you want to come back and grab your seat. We're about to get started. So I know it's only been 31 minutes since I started. So he's probably in his kitchen eating something and watching on his phone to see when he has to come back in. Here goes Goonbeam again, yo. Show Goonbeam some love, man. He's one of the fams. He's just a great person, man. So show him some love. He's one of us. He's one of the homies, and my boy is fiddling with drivers. And just mark my words. I'm gonna say this, okay? One day, Streamlight and Surefire and all those guys are going to be like, we should have paid more attention to him. We should have been watching for it because my guy is blowing up. Okay. And everyone who is anyone knows about Goonbeam. If you're a builder, you know about Goonbeam. If you assemble rifles, if you're an outdoorsman, you know about Goonbeam. The people that don't know about Goonbeam, we gotta introduce them. We gotta bring them out to the forefront, to get them out of just like this. Because building and the kind of that world is like if you're not in the builder world or like the tactical world, it's kinda like underground, you know what I mean? So we gotta get Goonbeam and some of the other homies out there. P38 Wilbur, Steve Whoop, Big Fish Little Boat. Great to see y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out as well. TMC, my guy, great to see you, man. Great to see you. And Redneck Roughneck, what's up, brother? Anybody else, if I missed you here, then sound off in chat. I'll make sure we say what's up. Toy Town, brother, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Anyone else that I missed, I love you. You know I love you and I care about you. I just got to keep it moving. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. Scott, the Magnificent Tech Money. What up, Joe Q, my dude? All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I'm already losing my voice. First off, we found some very troubling things, and thank you to the guest backstage. We found some very troubling things, so I wanted to bring on my bestest friend in the whole wide world so we could talk about it. And before we do, I just want to go ahead and bring him on and allow him to reintroduce himself. His name is Hove. H to the O,
Oh, I
V
was
to move
looking
stuff.
for Crumpy or somebody, or Jordan Vinro. Because
What?
how
I can
many,
put
tell
you
me,
backstage.
talk to Jordan Vinro a day? How often do you talk to Jordan Vinro?
I mean, we talk at least once a day. Jordan is just one of those guys where like we call like every morning, like, hey, what did you eat for breakfast? And like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. No, I'm kidding. So hey, baptized in fire, bro. Great to
The
see you.
complete inside joke between us. So
Yes. So just so y'all know, the person that we're making fun of is I'm just kidding. All right, so Rich, before we jump into it, we're just getting started. We have 81 people in here right
the
now.
fudge, get a life. Go to
No,
bed.
no,
Watch
no,
something
don't get a
interesting.
life. Stay here. Stay here. Oh, someone just left. Rich, dang it. Um, do me a favor. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let everyone know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and we're gonna jump into the
Yeah.
juice.
My address is 422 Meaty Road, and no, I
It's
do as little as
244
possible.
244 Needy Road.
I'm an out of work cloud engineer. I only worked about 4 months this year, so any donations would be greatly. Don't do that. But yeah, I have flyingrich.com and all of the social media associated with that God has blessed me with. Flying Rich on YouTube, Flying Rich Firearms, which bring me in a massive, not even my electric bill a month. And
$12.
I get
Hold
to
on. What's your? I'm sorry. What's your website?
Flying Rich. I got to put that animation on there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So
Okay, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Sorry. It's too fun. It's too fun. But promise, hands up here. I won't do it.
wait till
just
I
gotta
tell a
get
heart
some.
wrenching story too.
Yeah, I know, right? Until you start crying about birds, and then I'll drop it again. Wasn't an accident.
Yeah, I love 3D printing ish. That goes bang. And owning things the government doesn't want me to own. Why did I get a 50 BMG? Because the government doesn't want me to have.
So you must enjoy shooting that like weekly, right?
I don't think I've ever shot it. What are you talking about? I think more people that aren't me have shot that gun than I've shot that gun.
Everyone was shooting the gun at IV-88. We were all so for all you guys out there.
Legit, we're an Iraq veteran last year. Walt brought some ammo, and he brought a 50 BMG pistol suppressed, which sounded like a 22 suppressed. It just went. Psh,
Yeah, it was just like that's it.
it was the craziest thing. And I forgot to bring my ammo can because I was just going to bring it out to pimp Walter's gun. I left my ammo can home. And I legit was standing there. So the break, it's like a tank break. It's highly effective. Basically, if you're 45 degrees off the barrel,
It's actually
I'm wearing a
highly
ball
annoying.
cap. Oh my gosh.
Highly
Indeed.
annoying.
And I'm just like, I'm looking away. I'm not looking at where my 50 is. And I don't expect anybody to be shooting my gun. My ball cap blows the frick off. I mean, it was like.
Which I did. I caught it on video. I literally have a video of Flying Rich's hat flying off when the concussion of the 50 BMG going off blows back. It's awesome.
You want to be exactly where the shooter is or behind them. You don't want to be lefty righty on that.
To the sides. You know how you see people where they'll let somebody like use their shoulder as a bipod or something like that. I would rather be there than to the sides of that rifle.
Yeah. So a lot of fun with 3D print guns, 3D printed Nylog receivers. Very excited because the guy's got a weird name on Twitter X.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a Hoffman tactical style super safety for the AUG trigger pack, and he's dropping the beta tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So printer will be going burr.
I actually had to not print a build plate of jigs because I was starting the show. So mine will be going burr right after this.
So we had a meeting today. Me, Dark, Crump, Joe Morse.
Well, hold on.
Walter Keller.
Are we supposed to say anything about that meeting, or are we saying something about that
Crumpy and I
meeting
started
on
talking
Monday?
about it yesterday, so I think we can talk.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So we're doing another competition, y'all. Sorry. Go ahead. You get to talk about it.
Due date December 10th. I have a part, a assembly, something coming already.
Nice.
I put in my wish list to Anderson. Anderson's going to supply, parts.
So I think we got to tell them what this is first. Because
so
it's think a company's sending you free stuff.
Basically, it's not an AR-15. It's like big bore. So big bore could be on an AR-15 lower and upper receiver. I'm going to be doing a 308 platform.
AR,
I,
AR-10, upper and lower.
yeah, yep, yeah. So AR-10 platform. I know my caliber. I know a bunch of stuff. So I have the majority of my ish sourced. I'm working on. I'm trying to. There, there's a fork in the road I got to make. Actually, I don't have to make.
So Eric
I just thought
Stockbridge says, so January 21st.
of
So the only reason we have a due date of like if you exceed this is because of Rich.
Yeah,
Because he's late on
the other
everything.
rule of minimum of 5,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel.
Rich is on his own with this. That's funny. Dark thoughts on 6.8 by 51. So we're gonna get into the CIA, I mean the second Trump shooter. But we could touch on this. Do you have any thoughts you want to share on this?
No, no, I really don't know much about that, so I don't want to share
So the 6.8,
and show my lack of intelligence.
aka the 6.8 Fury, is the military's new 308 basically. However, it is very much different. It is a smaller uh smaller caliber. It's obviously 6.8 instead of 7.62. It has a highly increased pressure, so
Hmm.
much so that the base of the cartridge is in, I believe, stainless steel, and
Is
the rest of it is
Oh, that's right. It's a two-piece casing, right?
correct. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
it is designed specifically to be highly effective at penetrating level 3 body armor. So level 3 rifle plates, AR 500 armor. I don't have any personal, um, you know, interactions with the cartridge, with
So it's not even like
firearms.
308's the parent case,
Um, I mean,
or it's based
technically,
on a 308. Like, so you would have a
it's
308 bolt carrier,
I believe it's based on a 308. I'm not certain. I don't want to misspeak, but I believe it's based on a 7.62 casing that's neck
neck
down
down.
ish. See, I don't even know if we could say neck down because the
Well,
7.62 is neck down already, you know?
yeah, well, it's neck down from 7.62 to
Yeah,
6.8. So
correct.
we're talking
Yeah.
7.62. We're talking 8. Yeah,
Oh,
8
so Joe
millimeters
Hughes says that
or
it's
20,
actually 6.5 Creedmoor is the parent case.
which
And it
is a
uses
308.
yeah, yeah,
The
it
parent
uses a
for 6.5
308 bolt.
Creedmoor is 308, so it's a 308
Yeah.
bolt.
Originally, it was supposed to be caseless ammo. Really? I so the
Oh yeah,
first,
I remember in the 80s they were talking about rotating bolts and caseless ammo.
I mean, they did so HK did that with the G11, G was it the G11? Whatever it was whack. It was whack. I mean, it's cool because it was a, crazy fast firing like a horizontal magazine. It did not work out. I mean, it was crazy. The only success I've seen with that firearm, yes, G11, yeah, HK G11. The only success I've seen with that firearm was in video games. Aside from that, it's utterly useless. You can see it in certain museums in the Virginia area, but aside from that, it's been utterly useless. However, um, the first cartridge that I saw in 6.8 Fury, which is the 6.8 by 51, was actually a polymer casing with a steel base and a copper
Right.
projectile. And I thought that's the direction that they were going, but I think that was hey, T for Tejas, Chenamemba, great to see you, bro. Ego Death, what up? Yes, correct. The G11 was fire in Modern Warfare. That was a
Hmm?
great gun. It fired so fast. You could put like 12 rounds center mass in like half a second. It was nuts. Um 277 Fury. I thought this was oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. 277 Fury. It's not 6.8 Fury. Sorry, I told you I don't have a lot of knowledge or information on it, but I will say this:
277. So
the
what's the metric
thing,
equivalent?
6.8. The
Yeah.
thing that makes me um, think a little more objectively on the, or would it be objectively? The thing that is making me kind of think a little more.
277 is like 7 millimeter.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially,
Do they have a 30 round mag or are they doing a 20 round mag?
well, it's 6.8, so it's almost 7 millimeter. So that's
Right, right,
six
right.
eight. Yeah, 277 is 6.8. It's a
So
20 and
I
25 round mag,
I
but
mean, for
there's
designated
also.
marksman, I'd be okay with it, but I want 30 rounds.
Oh, it's not. It's okay. So these are 20 and 25 round mags. However, there is a an LMG around this. All of them are suppressed. It's actually, but we would have to like pull up information and
So is
like,
it a subsonic round or?
no, it's
Oh,
supersonic.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, it is blazing. It is blazing,
So just
and
so
hmm,
it's a system that somebody's making an F ton of money off of.
sig. It's sig.
Because
The
if you're
reason
throwing a
they
can on every one of them, you're charging $1,000 for a military grade can.
don't forget about the optic.
Oh wait, is that like a $5,000 optic?
It is the whole shebang is all, so you're looking at the system itself, the firearm, the suppressor,
And
and
the kid
the
that when the battery runs
optic.
out, some guy in a Mosin Nagant's got to kill him and take his shit.
You know, that's probably how shit goes down. By the way,
I
shout out to Goon Tape, man. Goon Tape sent me and Rich out some
oh yeah,
stuff, and shout out to you guys. Dude, Goon Tape is the ish. They sent a roll of
I
black tape.
actually got another bag of swag. I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. They sent a roll of black tape. They sent a roll of the, I think it's their custom. It's like a version of the German Flecktarn tape. They sent a double XL shirt for your boy, and he said, "Goon Tape, if you're out there." He said he was going to send me one of the Goon Tape ski masks, but I haven't seen that yet. But
See,
it's
that's
okay.
what I'm wondering. I haven't. I'm
Oh, if
wondering
you
what's
get
in
one of the
here.
ski masks before me, I'm gonna be so what it is it's a
Goon
beanie. So y'all
mask.
know, so from like October to March, I wear a beanie, right? That's just every show that I do, every, y'all know me. That's what I do.
So
So
if
when he
I did a
said that we have a
video of like
beanie,
wrapping a gun with the goon mask on, I would be
oh,
faceless.
you got, I mean, technically you would be faceless if you did not,
Hmm.
if you weren't wearing a face. So it is a beanie that when you roll it up, it looks just like a beanie, right? You can't see the holes in the front like if you roll up a regular ski mask. But when you pull it down, it is a ski mask that covers your face, which is so gangster. And he's like, dude, you can't even tell that it's a ski mask. So super gangster. I love it. Red Dawn Readiness, shout out to you and your channel. We're actually going to be going live on the Red Dawn
The
Readiness channel
fudge.
tomorrow.
Somebody 3 hours
Um,
ago came out with a thumbnail almost identical to the last 3 days.
Nice. So he says
Supreme
6'5"
Court decision.
Creedmoor. I don't care about him anymore. So 6'5" Creedmoor is 6'5" by 48, and we have 7.62 by 51. So why would a 6.8 by 51 make any damn sense at all? Here's why: because it was made specifically to penetrate civilian body armor. That's why. Why else, when every other military is rocking level 4 plates, why would our military create a cartridge that doesn't penetrate level 4
All right,
plates, but
Dark, I
that
got to interrupt you. This is
does.
an emergency. I send you a text.
I don't see a text. But that does penetrate civilian body armor. It's because I think um the military is planning on shooting us? Is that the pirate?
No. So we've only had 4
Two,
inside jokes.
2 million views. All right. We can't do this on live. The people are like, I want to know, so we gotta
No.
engage the people. So what Rich sent me was a picture of his 2-inch. I'm just kidding. Let's do this. Let's jump into the reason that we're here, because I know we don't have like a lot of
Oh
time
yeah, we
tonight.
gotta quit fucking around.
Yeah, 50 minutes in. So shout out to the guy that's going to leave a comment that says the show actually starts at 50 minutes and 45 seconds.
Do
If this
people
is
do
your
that?
first time here, I mean, sometimes they do.
See,
You know,
I think people know not to do that when I go live because I don't care.
Detective John Kimball, good to see you, buddy. Doesn't M855A1 out of an 18-inch barrel already go through plates?
Holy shit, you are
Actually,
50 minutes.
XM193, just basic range ammo. XM193 out of a 20-inch barrel zips right through level 3 plates, and it will still hit with the power of a 357 Magnum at point blank range after it goes through the plates. M855A1, I think it'll go through level 3 plates out of a 16.5-inch barrel, maybe.
I,
Um,
I think they should
so
just do, rocket propelled ammunition.
rocket propelled
I
Skittles.
think that's an idea that its time has come.
So Baptized in Fire says, who buys level 3 and why? All mines level 4 plates. So I think most people that have a body armor budget of under $100 basically are putting steel targets on their body. And look, friends don't let friends wear steel plates, like steel targets for body armor. Shout out to Moonlight Industries. So the thing, one of the issues with steel plates is that you get spalling, and I used to say like, well, I'd rather have level three steel plates than nothing, and yeah, I think that's still true. I would rather take the risk of taking some spalling that could, you know, pop open my jugular or whatever, as opposed to taking a round directly through my torso. But as time has gone on, level 3 plates are still just as cheap. They're still just as plentiful and available, but level 4 armor has become so much more available and affordable. There was a time where any level 4 ammo was like over $1,000, crazy expensive. But then a lot of these, level 4 ceramic plates started coming back from overseas, and they were being sold super cheap. Actually, the first set of level 4 ceramic plates that I got were mil serp, what do you want to call it, military surplus, and I bought them for $100 for a set, which is insane. That's absolutely insane. But anyway, my whole point to this is this. Most civilians do have level 3 plates. And that's just, you look at dudes online that are, rocking their nylon drop leg, Amazon holsters, and they're like, you saw that video I sent you like a week ago. It was, anyway, it was a disaster. So the way I think it it wouldn't surprise me if the military was like, hey, the direction that things are going in, how the FBI and the military have been directed towards MVEs. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me to say, hey, let's find something that will defeat their armor, but to reduce green on green or fracture sides. What was it called? Fracture side?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, to reduce green on greens, let's have it, a cartridge that doesn't go through level 4 plates. But I don't know. I'm just saying, I think your government hates you and wants you dead. So there's that. Anyway, we have some exciting news to go over. I know we're an hour into this, and I love you guys for it. And I love you guys for your patience.
Did we finish discussing the contest?
No, we did not. How about this? It's 54 minutes in. We'll start the video at 1 hour. Let's take it's 55 minutes in, so we got 5 minutes. Let's describe the contest and what it is.
So Joe's like,
That was the
you
last.
definitely have time for that as much as you can get that in there. You might as well play, Biden talking
I
about the
may
mayor.
I may
We already have.
I may just keep it running. Or I could play
Yeah, you're good. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. Not gonna film me?
Oh,
Oh, I got it. Okay, sorry. I won't mess with you.
dude, how
We got to leave it alone. Competition. Go ahead. I know.
how can you go through your life
Smelling children.
doing all of that and not having the living F kicked out of you?
That's Rich's favorite video too. He loves big shot mayors and Brazilian nuts. Okay, so AR 500 works in bucket seats. Too much weight to lug around though. Yeah, yeah. All right, so if you guys have been following from time to time, we do like build competitions, usually between me, Rich, Crump, and we've allowed some others to
In the
jump in
past.
with us.
So Joe's
Yeah,
idea was this competition to build on Anderson uppers and lowers,
because
and
of our newfound connection with the great company Anderson
because
Manufacturing.
Kyle is cool AF, and
Mhm.
we love Kyle. Made respect to him, and
Yep,
he's totally chill. He's
yep,
like,
yep.
it's so fun. Like the craziest thing. Like I don't think he said no to anything I've said to him.
Yeah, yeah.
And I haven't
Except
even talked to you about the last idea I passed by him today.
mm, the
I
machine
had kind
guns.
of a cool idea. What?
The machine guns.
No, that was last week.
Oh, the dog park.
Yeah, but actually, I'll tell you. If we have a minute after the show, I'll tell you what I was thinking about. But so Joe's idea, working with Anderson, that we're going to build a big bore, and I guess basically he said that 7.62 by 39 and up, and of course
Just
freestyle.
30 cal. 30 cal and up. So even
So you
technically,
could on an AR-15 platform,
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And in,
which
in the past, we had done the lightest AR, the shortest
Mhm,
AR, the
mhm.
Geisley Super Duty contest. Like that's kind of there was always like a theme for what we're doing. So Joe selected to do big bore AR pistols, and we're setting up like the parameters, like it has to be on Anderson upper and lowers, even if it's AR-15 or AR-10.
Yeah, well,
It has
I
to
think
be.
Walt is going to be doing a different upper receiver.
That's true. Oh yeah, we said we changed it
We
to it has to be in Anderson lower.
so yeah, the drop dead date is December 10th. You have to do the work yourself unless it's like you need a lathe or something like that, or a
Yeah.
laser or Cerakote or
Yep. Yep. So there's going to be a lot of different categories as far as winning because for a contest like this, so it's going to be built on excuse me, mostly Anderson parts, but there's a lot of things that like Anderson doesn't make super big bore half inch caliber barrels. So we're going to build them on Anderson receivers,
Mhm.
and we can't just say, okay, well, the biggest bore pistol with the shortest rifle wins. So we're going to have different categories. So like there will be a biggest bore diameter category. There'll be a shortest category. There'll be an accuracy category. There'll be a a public favorite category, so you guys will be able to vote on it. And also, what was the other one?
Well, we're talking about doing like, so it's also going to be anonymous. So you're not going to know what my build is. You're not going to know
Yeah,
what Dark's build is. So you can say, I like Dark. I'm going to vote on his.
yeah, yeah,
And then we're going to be doing the voting, I guess, on different people's channels
yeah,
also.
yep. It'll be a
So
mix.
it's kind of the thing. We're going to share the love between the five of us, our channels. We're going to share the love, like, we might be using Gideon optics or other brand optics.
Hmm.
So we're going to be tagging the other people.
Yep. Trying to
The
follow
other
you.
thing that we're going to be doing is to keep it anonymous, is we're going to submit any of our in process photos and videos to Kyle,
Hmm.
and Kyle will post them on Anderson's site, and then we will repost them.
Yeah.
We will reshare, so you won't see it
Yep.
coming, my content on whatever I'm doing coming straight from me.
Yep.
You'll see it out there. The other cool thing, so this is a friendly competition, and initially we said, hey, it's just bragging rights for whoever wins. I
Hmm.
kind of slipped it into the conversation. It's like, wow, Anderson ought to give us a prize. And like Kyle's like, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely cool how Anderson is. You think about these massive AR manufacturing companies, and you think like for us to be able to just call somebody and be like, "Yo, what's up? We have this idea," and they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, let's do it." Like it's super cool. Like we could never call like PSA and be like, "Hey, we have this idea,"
Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about our conversation
Yeah, yeah, we
with other companies, let's just say.
Yeah, other companies. We couldn't just call other companies and be like, I will say though, BCA, Bear Creek Arsenal, even though
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't personally use their AR stuff, they've been really, really cool and
Yeah.
really helpful and supportive. And for everyone out there listening, the Striker Fire 9 millimeter pistol that I'm talking about is their Grizzly 101 that they're sending. It's going to be a beautiful full size Glock style handgun, and the one that Amy, the chick, is sending out. I'm sorry, the young lady is sending out is
Have you actually talked to her on the phone? I've never talked to her.
no, only
Okay.
exchanged emails. It's going to be a burnt bronze frame with black lower components, black slide, with a copper tin, burnt bronze ish barrel. It's going to be super cool, and they're awesome, and they're willing to work with us, and they actually prefer to work with smaller channels. And I was like, hey, well, if I have a threaded barrel, I'd like to use a threaded barrel to, put my suppressor on it, but I also want a non-threaded barrel so it works with my kit, my holster and my gun belt and all that. And she was like, cool, I'll send both. No big deal.
Hmm. Hmm.
So she's just really cool. And Bear Creek Arsenal has their new um, you know, Grizzly, Glock style handguns, which honestly seem really cool. So I'm gonna, give that a shot, and I'm gonna shoot it and see. For all you guys out there, I would like to put it to the test to see, how effective it is. As far as like reliability and just kind of the feel, fit, finish, and all that. And I'm going to run it just like I'm running the Shadow Systems. I'm at almost, well, not almost 2,000 rounds, 1,580 or so rounds through the Shadow Systems XR920. And I'll be giving you guys an update on that. I'll probably hit about 2,000 rounds this weekend because I'm taking that to the range as well. So, what's up, Tactical Muffin Top? Lawfully armed. What up? What up? BCA equals busted cashing. What does it say? Busted cashing in on aliens. What? Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely not my I wouldn't personally use their AR stuff. Look, I'm sorry. I've heard a lot of dudes that are like, man, my main go-to gun is a BCA, and I've got 72 rounds through it, flawless. Okay, cool. Like that's all good, but it's gonna break. It's gonna break. All right. BCA is the only company I'd ever heard of that has sent out, you know, lots of barrels, and by not mean lots like a lot, like a lot of barrels, a case of barrels, and some of the gas ports were drilled on the wrong side. So that's how they get down.
We know
Sorry.
firsthand of one actual occurrence of that.
Yes, yes, and that's their QC hard at work. So yeah, so what Rich wanted to bring up is that we're doing another AR build competition,
Hmm.
and it is myself and Rich and John Crump and Joe, Shooting Gallery Joe, and Walt, and obviously Kyle with Anderson is involved with it, but he's not doing a build. He's kind of the intermediary, and the books are closed, so no one else can join. So someone
Yeah.
can't.
What was the last entry?
Yes, Walt was the last entry. That was before we kind of finalized things. So the books are closed. So in a month or two, when someone else is like, "Oh, I'm building a 458 SOCOM. I want to jump." Sorry, books are closed. So we can't because we've had that happen in the past where people jumped in where we already had all of our information published for like the shortest AR, and someone jumps in and by 3/4 of an inch beats everyone. Like what the hell,
Yeah.
If we all knew what
Yeah.
measurements to beat, it would have been an easy competition. Shave a half inch here, shave a half inch there, but
Right. Right.
anyway.
So,
um
like, I'm gonna be keeping it on the DL what my build is, and I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm assuming you are also.
Oh, hold on. So he says DLD, it wasn't that the gas ports were 180, out. The barrel extension was put on upside down.
But the barrel extension can't be put on upside down
Oh yeah. No.
because it threads in. It threads in and stops. So where
Yeah.
where the barrel extension is clocked is where you drill the gas port.
Maybe he was joking. Maybe maybe he was trying to pretend that that was that would have been the response from BCA or
Because
something like that.
well, all right, hold on. Unless I don't know what I'm talking about, because the other alternative, because the barrel extension has the locating pin, and
Yeah.
unless they screw the barrel extension in and then drill and drive the pin after the barrel extension's screwed in,
They could. They
that
could.
could be.
Black Diamond Guns of Gear, what's up, brother? And guys, I don't know if you know
Josh,
this, but shout out to Josh. Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear. He's been doing the Off the Range podcast. And did you guys know that there is a super special episode with your boy DLD After Dark on it? And we went through what? It was like an hour and a half of just the beginning of the channel, how everything started, more in depth on like my outlook on certain things. And it was cool, man. It was a blast to be. Dude, Josh is an incredible guy, so it was great to be,
Josh, let
chilling
me
here
know.
with
Let me
him.
know.
Yeah, let him know. Let him know. Let him know. All right, so now let's get into it. So now that we're an hour and 9 minutes into it, let's
Fudge.
you know
Just
what
put
what we should probably do. We should just do that all night until everyone leaves.
I don't know if you remember Andy Kaufman. No, you probably weren't even born yet. Andy Kaufman did a special. They
I
just
miss.
went on stage in a chair and said, "Hey, this is it. I blew all the money on drugs. I got no show." It's like, and it just
Nice,
sat.
nice. Yeah, actually, Black Diamond Guns again. I don't know if you can share it. Maybe Kurt will have to share it. Kurt, if you could share the link to
Look,
that show, that would be
all
awesome.
that
I know.
individual, particular, specific show.
Yes, that individual or particular specific show. Um, that's not redundant at all.
Yeah,
Kurt 24 is on it with the links,
and
bro.
and
He's
this 60 seconds brought to you by Sting, Stuff and Things.
Yes, if you want to put some stink on your gay R15, grab some of these shocker triggers. They're like what, $80 or something like that, and you could literally paintball
Poor man's
fire.
binary.
Yes, this thing is on point. The curved one, I'm sorry, the curved one for all your curvy men enjoying men out there, and the flat one for all those men that prefer a nice, hard, cold, flat, meaty surface. All right, let's jump into it. So you guys know that the CIA plan, or I'm sorry, um, you want to do the intro to this?
I don't even know what we're doing. What are you
Perfect.
talking about?
I just thought, you kind of had an idea of what was going on. Basically, y'all, if you guys saw me like a week ago, right after this started, well, right after it was reported that there was a second attempt on the T-Man, people were immediately saying that this guy was in a BlackRock commercial. Now, I never actually saw it up until that point, right? So the last I had said, even up to like a few days ago, I had said I have not personally seen it. I think people are taking bad information and running with it. Well, it was actually mostly true. It was, a little bit different. It wasn't just a BlackRock commercial. It was actually, whatever the Azot or whatever the, you know,
Marketing company is, right?
yeah, the marketing company for, basically for recruiting military-age males in Ukraine. He actually was in that commercial. Now, there are many other things involved in this where it's honestly starting to look like he was a CIA asset. And I know that that's a crazy thing to it's a crazy thing to allege, but there's a bunch of stuff in here that we're going to go over, and I'm going to actually pull up a show. Shout out to Red Dawn Readiness. He was the one that was showing this live stream. I think it was a live stream, but either way, this show on his channel. And we're going to go through it. We're going to kind of pick apart what they're saying. We're not going to be going through fact checking everything. That's stupid and boring. But I want you guys to see what are some of the things that people are alleging. And, you know, if you look at something and it just doesn't make sense, even if we don't know with certainty that he's a CIA asset, dude, for somebody to get charged with like, nearly 100 things and to never do a day in jail, for somebody to be, sharing messages with recruits coming over to the Ukraine saying, hey, send me a picture of the front and back of your passport and just come in and I'll get you no look visas, to where basically the government will work on my behalf to contact people at the embassy for them to look at your passport and say you're good to go and push you through into the country so you can go fight for Ukraine. Like, that is crazy. Think of the level of contacts he would have to never go to jail, to never have a job, and to be able to fly back and forth constantly from, Hawaii to the Ukraine to Washington, D.C., doing all of this stuff, recruiting military age males to come and fight in the Ukraine. Um, Recruiting special forces dudes from Afghanistan. Like, this is really, really crazy spook stuff here. And the guy's not a 20-year-old, all right? He's damn near 60. So, and he's still alive for now. So let's jump into it. Frying Rich is going to press play, and this is starting to look super suspect, y'all. So enjoy.
President Trump speaks, maybe less, but I want to just
Hold
begin
on,
by saying,
real quick. What's the timestamp that you have right now?
1556.
Okay, so start it at 1451.
Oh, I thought you said 1550.
there is somebody who knows the inside workings of the dark forces behind our federal government better than, I would argue, better than any public facing person who's willing to go on a podcast and talk about it. It's somebody who's been able to be able to pluck the strings of the intricate spider web that connects, well, NATO's interests here and all of the influence operations throughout the world as we stare in awe as to how a gunman could get so close to President Trump. That gunman had very strange connections, very strange relations. And there's only one man who is the proper person to peel back those dark curtains and show us what's really happening. That man is
That
Mike
map
Pence. He
checks
joins us
out.
now.
So Fluffy Bunny says, Dark, YouTube is not even showing that
Mike,
you're
thank you.
live
I was
on
like,
my end.
delighted to have you on the program. We have probably an hour before President Trump speaks, maybe less, but I want to just begin by saying every alarm bell that you have coached me in, and you've done it often live in front of tens or hundreds of thousands of people, so you've been coaching all of us, every alarm bell is ringing right now. This guy was a NATO sycophant. He was recruiting soldiers. He was working with Iran, working with Afghanistan. He had clearly had his brain broken. He followed CIA operators and handlers on social media who are representatives of every cutout organization you've ever talked about on this program.
Pause real quick.
And I don't want to.
I just wanted to add that what they're referring to is a known CIA handler, Sue Kim, which is on Twitter. Almost immediately after he created the Twitter account, one of his first followers, because they list the followers in like chronological order, one of his, at the very bottom of his list, one of his first followers was Sue Kim. And when they pulled up the list of people he followed, one of his first people that he followed was Sue Kim, and she is a known government spooky person. So I'm just throwing that out there. Hey, Tang Tang, great to see you. Hey, Fire Rider, great to see you. Go ahead.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions here, but I'm saying that the burden of proof, I guess, is going to now be with the government to tell us, no, this guy wasn't part of something much, much deeper and darker.
Well, I mean, exactly what you just said. It lights up in the brain a veritable pinball machine of blob connections. It's almost overwhelming. I mean, the fact is this is a guy we're told was an unemployed construction worker, jet setting around the world for years to every CIA hot zone on the planet. I've been making the joke that he is the Forrest Gump of CIA paramilitary activity, not just because of, the sort of mentally challenged aspect of Forrest Gump, but because he serendipitously just happened to be at the right place at the right time when the CIA plumbers broke into Watergate and when all these various historical things happened. And the fact is what Routh was doing implicates the CIA activity or it's tangential to the CIA activity in Pakistan, in Syria, in Afghanistan, in Iran, in North Korea, in Haiti. It's you almost can't spin the globe and find a CIA hot zone where Ryan Routh was not actively recruiting paramilitary muscle for the CIA DoD work there. And then you add the very strange protection aura that Routh has had for years. This is a guy who has 74 arrests on his record, but never spent a day in jail. And I gave this to your producers if they want to pull up slide number 3.
Think about that, y'all. Think about
which is
that.
the Daily Mail.
74 arrests and has never spent more than a day in jail. Think of the level of protection one must have to be able to skate through life like that while unemployed also, while and the dude wasn't being hyperbolic. Like there had been there's some form of documentation for several different large political events that he was connected to, and he brings them up as well. And yeah, so sorry, go ahead.
I texted you an update.
Article, and let me know if you need the link to that. You can just Google the article name just from the image. But
failed Trump assassin racked up extensive rap sheet, felonies, petty crimes, never spent a day in prison.
Right. Yeah, these include larceny, brandishing a weapon of mass destruction, a machine gun, a hit and run in his car, 74 times, but never spent a day in jail. And then you add the fact that immediately after this happened, if your producer pulls up the link that
Hey,
is
Rich.
slide
Rich.
10,
I
Yes.
just want to take a note saying that that is more than a 100% increase.
Yes.
So
250%.
this is
yeah,
the CIA targeting officer in 2023 who the who claimed to actually put out a bolo, a be on the lookout.
for
This is
now,
over a year
T2.
ago
For now.
for this exact individual, Ryan Routh, but nothing was done. Then you have the
CIA analysts warned about Trump assassin's suspect criminal behavior in 2023. So the CIA was
Yes.
targeting him?
Yes.
Can you please unpack this very quickly for us?
This is Sarah Adams. I think she's been on the Sean Ryan show several times. She's a public figure, and she put out a series of tweets. If your producer can find it on X, where she, as soon as this news broke, she said, "Oh my God, that's the guy. That's the guy I put out a bolo on because of his highly suspicious activities." Now I can talk a little bit about these. Actually, I want to talk about one quick thing before I transition to what those suspicious activities are, because I just want to sort of set the stage about how protected this person is. So not only did the Justice Department protect him against 74 arrests from ever spending a day in jail, not only did a rank and file CIA targeting officer put out a bolo for him, but then you have, if you go to slides 3, 4, and 5 in the deck that I sent, and if you can pull up that just the news article by John Solomon.
Yeah.
If you look, but this just broke today, and what you see is that Routh was coming back from a trip that took him again through this crisscross. So he was interviewed by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials when he returned back to Hawaii from Ukraine last year. He was flagged by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, CBP.
Can I add
based
one
on
thing
these highly
too?
suspicious.
Just really quickly, I want to add that his home in Hawaii. Who wants to take a guess as to what color his home is?
Blue.
It's blue. That's all. Go ahead.
But I just want to add a couple of things here.
Sure.
Like, because I, was attending various conservative groups here, I know people on the inside that knows Trump's movements typically before they are publicly announced.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say, hey, a mass text will go out. It's like, line up on, whatever road Trump is going to be landing and, driving by this time. So there'll be a whole bunch of people there.
For scheduled events.
Yeah, for scheduled events. So
But
yeah,
if,
on book planned events.
yeah,
So
not OTRs, which are off the record
and
events.
off the record, which now OTR doesn't mean it wasn't planned in advance. It just means, apparently Sean Hannity was there. A number of people were at the golf club. So it's a planned event. It's just not publicly released.
You know what information was brought up today? They said that he actually did get shots off.
Oh, no way. Because I haven't heard that at all.
I hadn't heard that at all either, and they said that was what prompted the Secret Service to actually fire, because why else would they start firing from 300 yards away because they saw a piece of metal sticking through the chain link fence? That may be reason to duck and cover and take your principal out of there, but to start dumping rounds at a chain link fence, no. So I don't know, maybe it is true that he actually started letting off shots, but
that would make more sense to me.
That would make way more sense. So
Mm-hmm.
Also, as far as spook stuff goes, dude, Why
Right.
else would he remove and obliterate the serial number on the gun? He's a felon, right? He's a felon in possession of a gun. If he thought that that was the last thing he was going to do in his life was take out or try to take out the T-Man, why would he go through the
Why would
hassle
he care?
of yeah, obliterating the serial number and
But
changing the
I guess
plates on
the
his
next question in my
vehicle?
mind is, was he stealthily wearing that pink T-shirt?
I mean, I sure hope so. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, good to see you.
So
Hang
in
on
one hand,
back.
we can't say he's top-notch spook if his ghillie suit was a pink T-shirt.
Take America Back. What's up? Yeah, but he could have had something else in there too.
Yeah,
I
could have.
just think that his goal was to get away, and his goal was to be
Well,
untraceable,
hence
especially
the GoPro.
yes, and especially if he had help. How else would somebody get away so smoothly? Unless they had help saying, "Hey, you have to obliterate the serial number on this. You got to open up the inside of the gun and check for small markings." Honestly, I think that's why they used the type of
Hmm.
firearm that they did. Because if he used a brand new LWRC or something like that, those things have markings all throughout the inside of it, right? It's not. I think using a military surplus firearm, especially one that he may be used to looking at AK style platform rifles. Obviously, it's an SKS. I'm just saying it's older, so there are. It's highly unlikely that there's going to be any secondary markings hidden on the firearm. But also, maybe he got used to using those types of firearms in Ukraine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just a thought.
Oh,
It was
you're not
actually
on the red.
funny. I wanna say one more thing. It's actually really funny. Benny, God bless his gentle soul, he actually pulled up a picture of the SKS that was in question, and then pulled up a picture of, a Dragunov or like, what's the other one, that people purchase? It's like the Dragunov,
Mm-hmm.
S
Like the SVD.
yeah, SVD, and he pulled them up and compared the pictures right next to each other, and he was like, see, this may have been some type of Ukrainian weapon of some sort." It's like, oh, bless you. Sorry, go ahead. Take America Back.
Suspicious
What's up, bro?
comments that he was making, they referred it to DHS. And as we'll see, a very specific wing of DHS that Benny, you and I have talked about many, many times, because it's the exact wing of DHS responsible for many aspects of the January 6th Fedsurrection and many suspicious aspects of Trump assassination attempt number one. But just continuing, it says the records show that CBP officials knew that Routh had traveled to Warsaw, Poland, near the Ukraine border, to Istanbul, Turkey, which is the major site where we train the Kurdish terrorists and then ship them into Syria. Turkey is the major CIA training ground and staging ground for shipping human warriors and military equipment from in 2022 and 2023. So for years. Now it says here recruiting as many as 100 foreign fighters from Taiwan, Afghanistan, Moldova. But according to his own numbers, it's far more than that. We have tweets of him talking about how he has stacks of 5,000 Afghan passports that he's working with the U.S. Embassy in Kiev to get no-look visas toward, which is really where we start to get, I think, into the heart of the network here. But
That's straight up
but
government fuckery right there.
in the next slide there in the deck, if you just scroll over to the very next, you'll see it says this is the CBP report that they issued to Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, to investigate. It says subject state he did not get paid for his recruiting efforts. He lists his recruiting partners as soldiers from
Bullshit.
Afghanistan, Romania, Pakistan, Syria, and Israel. Now understand,
Bullshit.
Romania is the major transshipment point for weapons, and there's the UK even established a land bridge between Pakistan and Romania in order to make it easier for Pakistan, which is the big CIA weapons and terrorist shipping depot, and it has been since the 1970s when the Pakistani ISI, the Pakistani intelligence service, was essentially taken over by the Central Intelligence Agency when we were using Pakistan as the main staging point for our training and funding of the Mujahideen, which is the origins of Al Qaeda and ISIS. This is why all these corrupt banking networks run out of Pakistan as well. Folks can look up a scandal from the CIA bank known as BCCI, Bank of Credit and Commerce International, which grew to be one of the largest banks in the world. It was set up as a CIA front in order to launder drug money when the CIA was funding the Mujahideen against the Soviets in the 1970s, and then money laundering the deposits into this CIA bank with a Pakistani front. And so Pakistan ships its weapons and arms directly to Romania. That's what it appears he likely was doing in Romania, or at least in his own efforts, recruiting people from Pakistan to Romania. Remember, he was interviewed by Newsweek Romania as well. It's amazing. This guy gets New York Times interviews, gets Newsweek interviews,
Semaphore, all of the
Mhm.
all of the establishment rags, like the regime media loved this guy.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's worth, I highlighted this as well. It says subject states that he obtains money from his wife to help fund his trips to Ukraine. This, again, John Solomon at Just the News just published this today. This is my first time. I'm getting all this information in real time, just like you in your audience. And so there's still this sense-making process. But I find this curious because, he claimed in court that he has basically no assets other than, his trucks with Biden-Harris stickers on them and whatnot. And the claim is that he was not paid directly by the U.S. government or the Ukrainian government. So there's this question: how is this guy who's dead broke able to fly to We've
been asking that. We've been asking that every hour.
Right. And not only that, I mean, I'll pull up a website for you. If you actually go, I believe the link is still live, but he has a pretty sophisticated modern terrorist recruiting website, which maybe we'll get to in a little bit here, which is very slickly designed and gives very detailed logistical instructions for all of the militants that he's recruiting around the world to come join the soldiers in Ukraine, including
Just a side note, some people that have been talking about this said that he had sorry, that's funny. Sorry. So, some people that have been talking about this said that he had recruited hundreds of soldiers to fight in the Ukraine. That's incorrect. He had recruited hundreds a day. A
Oh,
day.
shoot.
Hundreds a day. And the thing that they mentioned about him in one moment sitting on over 5,000 passports. Through his website, he was recruiting hundreds a day to fight in the Ukraine. So, sorry, go ahead. Well, I'm sorry. It's reported that he was recruiting hundreds a day. Gutter Cheese and Gabriel, good to see you guys.
Airports to fly into, what bus lines to use to go from, to fly from Pakistan to Warsaw or to Kiev, and then how to get to the exact locations. And as we'll get to a little bit later in this, he explicitly says that in big black bold lettering on the website multiple times, do not tell your local embassy you are coming. Do not alert your local government that you are coming. All you need to do is text me on my WhatsApp number, the front and back of your passport. I will work through my contacts to get you guys no-look visas, and you'll be taken care of. Just get on a plane and simply fly. And I'll pull that up for you in a second here, because that really gets to what I suspect is happening in the background of all of this. But I want to draw your attention to one other thing, which is still on this slide here. See, it says the memo states that Customs and Border Patrol referred Ralph in June 2023 to Homeland Security investigations. HSI was contacted and they refused the case. That's what their own memo said. I mean,
Why
they
would they
even laced
refuse
that.
it?
They could have said declined to investigate further. But I read that sentence and I see CBP as being slightly curious itself with that particular choice of words, refused. Now, understand HSI is one of the most corrupt, dark underbellies of the national security state, particularly in its use of false flag operations. HSI was even more active than the FBI, in my assessment, than the FBI. HSI is a little bit of a rogue cell because the FBI has to answer to the Justice Department. That is, everything they do has to be approved. You got to have some, you have to have basically a web of federal prosecutors and their bosses sign off on the FBI, because the FBI is not a free-floating cell. It is the
HSI
intelligence arm of the Justice Department.
HSI could literally be
But
like,
DHS
well,
is
just because
broader than
terror.
that.
They can literally get away with whatever they want by just saying because terror. Right? Like in the name of protecting the country from terrorism, they can get away with say and do whatever they want, throw money at whatever they want, send weapons to whoever they want. It's the whole terrorism thing is way overplayed. Sorry, go ahead.
It is a free-floating cell. It is the only other domestic intelligence agency. We have 17 intelligence agencies. Only 2 of them are domestic. One of them is the FBI. The other one is DHS. But DHS is unchained. So it's a lot easier to run small cell compartmentalized operations within DHS than it is even at the FBI. And HSI is sort of the FBI of DHS. Now, HSI first came on my radar in 2021 as being this very curious, wide-ranging role in January 6th. Folks, I've mentioned this, I believe, on your show before when we talked about January 6 issues, but you can look, everyone now can look up an individual named Jeremy Brown, who was one of these folks affiliated with the Oath Keepers in the run-up to the January 6 affair. And he had his door knocked on by 2 HSI agents in about a month before January 6th. And he secretly recorded his conversations with these 2 HSI agents. And the tape is absolutely stunning. They were concerned about upcoming protest activities a month before January 6th happened. They asked Jeremy Brown to basically infiltrate the Oath Keepers, to basically participate in everything. They threatened him with carrots and sticks. Basically, they said, they effectively said in so many words, we can make your life really hard, or we can do this the easy way. And that maybe there's even going to be a job for you in the Joint Terrorism Task Force. It was basically, either you become an agent of DHS's operation ahead of January 6th, or you, a regular civilian who has committed no crimes, will have your life destroyed. And they even called him on his cell phone at 9 a.m. that day. HSI was involved in dozens of these undercovers. And they coordinated with the FBI through the Joint Terrorism Task Force. But then lo and behold, HSI reappears in Trump assassination story number 1. If you recall, during the Butler, Pennsylvania rally, there was diminished Secret Service representation because of 2 things. One, there was the tail end of the NATO summit. So Secret Service had to be deployed for all the VIPs around the NATO summit. And then there was Joe Biden's trip, which then also, reduced the present capacity of the Secret Service. And so the top-up agents for the Secret Service for Trump assassination attempt number 1 came from HSI, this exact division which was doing the Fedsurrection on January 6th. And lo and behold, it is HSI once again in Trump assassination attempt number 2, who was explicitly referred to investigate the person the CIA had put out a bolo on, because he appeared to be doing the exact thing the CIA was already doing, but in an unauthorized fashion. And lo and behold, HSI, even apparently to CBP's bewilderment, refused to look at it even for a millisecond. So this guy has an invincibility cloak. And just to talk a little bit about the history of these invincibility cloaks, understand that every year there are over 25,000 authorized crimes that are authorized by the Justice Department. In fact, if your producer even wants to pull up in the background
Authorized?
Just some of the data. You can just run a Google search for FBI authorized crimes and how many there are every year. You can put in, I think 22,800 is an article from 3 or 4 years ago that you can see just for this. But this is part and parcel of what the CIA does. See, we have a special get out of jail free card when you are committing crimes in furtherance of U.S. national interests. This is, by the way, most of what the CIA does. It would be a crime. Money laundering, for example, is a crime if we do it. But if the CIA takes black market goods and launders them into a proprietary bank and traffics in those narcotics to fund a proxy war, or does black market arms deals, if it it engages in wire fraud or money laundering, a number of those are authorized. So that this is why the Justice Department has this special relationship with the blob, with this CIA, State Department,
having
DOD
kitty
apparatus,
corn
because we need to
on a
maintain a
computer?
parallel justice system. One for bad criminals, people like you and me if we commit crimes, and one for good criminals who are doing criminal activity, which is the plausibly deniable dirty work that is done by the swarm army of assets and liaisons and back channels and operatives of the national security state around the world. And there are few darker places in that story than the recruitment of terrorists to serve as human meat fodder for a NATO war. And so actually, if you scroll down on this article, you'll see right here, this is from Forbes. Forbes and other agencies paid informants $548 million. And if you look at the numbers, you'll see right there, and this is from several years ago, many informants were authorized to commit crimes with the permission of their federal handlers, which means when the Justice Department investigates, the CIA intervenes, just as the CIA did in Hunter Biden's case. If you remember, the man who paid Hunter Biden's taxes for the past 5 years, the man who was his sugar daddy, and when the Justice Department came to question him, the reason they called off the questioning was because the CIA stepped in and said,
Now,
not this
real
one.
quick,
And this is a story
if
that
you
plays
guys
out. And it's not just
think
the
back, okay, I want you guys to think back to the riots of 2020, okay? If you guys can think back to that point when you look back and you remember all those things that just did not add up, that we never got answers on, the subverters and the saboteurs and the people walking around, with hammers just smashing windows, and the bricks,
Or getting pallets of bricks
yeah, the
delivered.
pallets of bricks delivered to locations that riots were, I'm sorry, large scale protests were scheduled.
Mostly peaceful.
Yes, of course, the extremely peaceful but fiery protests. All of those places that, where bricks were sent to, rider trucks, U-Haul trucks delivered with boatloads of, handmade shields and batons and blue lasers, green lasers, and all. Dude, they're handing that stuff out. Fireworks. There are absolutely so how two things. How could things like that be done without someone or something jumping in and funding it, right? These aren't just people that are, going and delivering trash can lids out of their Prius. Like these were coordinated events that were done. If you guys do not think that the government that hates you and wants you to go to sleep for a very long time, if you don't think that they're out there carrying out operations that are going to sabotage you and utilize the useful idiots, like he said, the meat fodder or whatever you want to call them, like the people that are willing to go out and go to war for whatever. If you guys don't believe that there are operations like that funded by the United States to further the political goals of people of opposing beliefs, like this has been happening constantly. They hate us. They want us dead. People that think like us, they do not want us here. They want us to become extinct. Now, the way that they do that is by running operations, and it just so happens the internet was able to grab a whole bunch of stuff from this dude before the FBI tried to scrub it. Um, Unfortunately for Thomas Crooks, that wasn't the case. They scrubbed him almost immediately. So it seems like people are smartening up, and when something happens, they go to try to grab as much info as possible, which also means that they probably can't just kill this dude now. So
This is and not just the CIA. This is a CIA, DOD, FBI counterintelligence. They all work together through the interagency. What I'm describing is a possible and very disturbing explanation for the invincibility cloak that Ryan Routh has had for years. And now there's another element of this that gets to what Routh was doing. Because look, he is obviously a crazy person. He has that sort of E. Jean Carroll, crazy eyes, wacko cadence. And I'm not, first of all, I'm not alleging anything. This is all just preliminary sense making of the evidence that we have so far in the, given the total black hole void of official guidance on everything. And frankly, the lack of credibility in the officials issuing the non-guidance that they haven't even issued. But what I'm getting at here is everything the CIA does, everything that state and DOD does when it comes to things like recruiting terrorists, recruiting violent extremists willing to fight in a holy crusade to kill their blood enemies, everything that touches that domain runs through a labyrinthian network of contractors and subcontractors and subcontractors of subcontractors and subcontractors of subcontractors of subcontractors. It's like this Russian doll situation, where it's just there are so many links in the chain, and there's a number of reasons that that's done. It's done always. Remember, 70% of the CIA's budget every year is spent on contractors. So every operation, 30% of the budget is just to, upkeep, maintenance, bookkeeping, accounting, legal. So 70% of it is spent on contractors. Every operation runs through contractors and the contractors, subcontractors, subcontractors, because you want to create 10 to 12 layers of subcontracting out, because that is what gives you plausible deniability. If the 12th person in the chain does something dumb, if they get caught, if they get in trouble with the law, if they confess to the New York Times, you now can say, wasn't us. Even if he says he was CIA, even if he says that his friends were, even if these are the people he were following on X, he talked to this guy talked to this guy was hired by this guy, and that guy happens to have a connection to the agency. This is the bread and butter 101 of plausible deniability work. Now, the other thing is this is not a line of business that, the people who would be doing this low-level recruiting, because what Routh was doing is he was trawling social media. He was trawling Twitter and Facebook and Telegram and WhatsApp and going into these channels in Haiti, going into these channels in Afghanistan, these channels in Pakistan, these channels in Iran, and soliciting them to drop their life and move and die and move to and die in Ukraine. This is the sort of thing that it seems highly likely, given that this is the Ukraine war is the number one main conflict zone of the CIA and DOD. It is the CIA built that network that he is recruiting from. I mean, literally, those Afghan militants were capacity built from bupkis in the 1970s into a fighting force, because we were weaponing them. We were fashioning them as weapons to fight the Cold War in Afghanistan, as I mentioned. And in fact, they have been, to listen to our former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, if you recall the famous WikiLeaks email from 2012, where Hillary Clinton told Jake Sullivan and the others on the email chain at the National Security Council, representing the State Department in an official communication, that Al-Qaeda is on our side in Syria. Remember, ISIS is the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. And you had the Secretary of State, which is effectively the quarterback of the CIA. The CIA only exists to serve as a support agency for what the State Department is doing or for what the Pentagon is doing. That's all it does. It's just there's a State Department foreign policy goal, but it's too dirty for the State Department, so they need plausible deniability. So the CIA is tasked with it. Same thing when it comes to the war fighting or military functions, where the CIA can be a nimble operator in those regards. And so when the Secretary of State, because remember, that's a promotion. Mike Pompeo was the director of the CIA. He got promoted to the Secretary of State. Bill Burns, our current CIA director, never worked for the CIA before. How did he become CIA director, having never worked for the CIA a day in his life? Well, it's because he had spent 35 years in the State Department. It's the same job in the State Department's the boss. So you'll see this, right, highlighted there. ISIS is on our side.
Al-Qaeda is on our side in Syria.
Yes, yes. And this is who, so, and the CIA was, it was hilarious because you can also look up, funny reporting where we had so many CIA DOD operations going on in Syria between that some of our terrorist groups started fighting our other terrorist groups. You can look up a funny case that happened a few years ago. I believe this was in the LA Times, where CIA-backed terrorist groups were fighting Pentagon-backed terrorist groups. I mean, this is the whole thing is a monopoly Yahtzee game. It's a blob Yahtzee game, effectively, where it's just a total smorgasbord of CIA DOD activity. And the fact is, and I didn't populate this because I didn't have time in the Google Doc, in the PPF whatever thing that I sent over. But there are literally hundreds. It is overwhelming. Hundreds of tweets and Facebook posts and screenshots of WhatsApp messages of the thousands, 1,000 here, 3,000 here, 5,000 here, of these Al-Qaeda fighters, essentially, being solicited to get no-look visas to fight the war in Ukraine. And I'm going to get to the visa thing here because I think that ultimately might be, if Congress is allowed to investigate this, what cracks the whole thing open. But I do want to make one other point first. Yeah, this is funny, right? In Syria, militants armed by the Pentagon fight those armed by the CIA, right? And if you remember, where did CBP say that Mr. Routh was traveling around in, and who he was working with? It was Pakistan, it was Iran, it was Afghanistan, it was also Syria. So he's literally recruiting from the CIA DOD network. Now, this is dirty work. After the 2014 coup in Ukraine, where we overthrew the democratically elected government of Ukraine, however you feel about it, I'm not opining on foreign policy. I only care about internet censorship. You just need to understand these dynamics to know what you're up against, because these are the same people who are responsible for global internet censorship. But the fact is you can also look at reporting about the mass, very strange, peculiar influx of Al-Qaeda and ISIS fighters into Ukraine after the 2014 coup, when this was before the 2022 war broke out between Ukraine and Russia formally. The entire eastern half of Ukraine formally seceded from the Ukraine government, the newly installed U.S. Embassy in Kiev government. Remember, they installed that. That was the hot mic between the U.S. ambassador, that is the head of the U.S. Embassy in Kiev, the exact place that Ryan Routh claimed that he was communicating with to get visas for these terrorists. That was Jeff Pyatt and Victoria Nuland, who is then the Assistant Secretary for Europe and Eurasian Affairs. So the regional head and the head of the embassy are called on a hot mic installing the new president. The entire eastern half of the country says, actually, we didn't vote for this person. We're going to do our own thing. And then Crimea also voted to join the Russian Federation. But from 2014 to 2022, the CIA, the DOD, British intelligence, the British Ministry of Defense, and support from NATO partners like Canada, who has its own oil and gas interests in Ukraine as well, and some of these other supporting economic stakeholders, were supplying money, muscle, and running these recruiting networks to try to bring in militants from all around the world to help the upstart scrappy Western Ukraine military, which was very fledgling at the time, and needed to be capacity built. They needed to add bodies, and this is something that the CIA had been doing for a very long time. You can go back to the Chechnya Russia affair, where there was also these sort of Islamic terrorist groups that were incubated by the CIA at that time. So these networks had been already very well established,
and armed by the CIA.
ISIS and Al Qaeda fighters to go out and kill the Russian ethnic Ukrainians living in the eastern part of the state. And so they had been sourcing from these networks for a very long time. And there was a bad need to increase these bodies. This is way before the military draft that has basically taken every able-bodied and even some elderly folks in Ukraine to be conscripted into it. But even that's not enough, because they are technologically and military by the Russian military, and so they need more bodies. So Routh, in his own social media posts on his own website, and we should pull that website up, by the way. I'll find the link for you in a second here, just because it's very interesting.
Donald Trump town hall. They just sang the national anthem, got a dude with a guitar on stage and a cowboy hat. So this is where,
Dude, hey, did you see that?
Waiting for the president and for Sarah Sanders. And we're going to be cutting to this event when
Rich,
Donald Trump and Sarah Sanders take the stage.
No.
And so
my stream,
I just want just a programming note, ladies and gentlemen.
No, thanks.
I think
and Mike, please,
signal was
the
bad.
floor is once again yours, as this is utterly fascinating.
Sure. So I am not alleging, first of all, again, I'm not alleging anything. This is all preliminary. But in what I believe to be the most likely way to sense make what's happening here is that so I just sent this link to your producer if you want to pull it up on screen. Okay, you found this. Actually, let's just do this while it's on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the website. Is it still live, by the way? I archived it, but it's just it's very interesting. So this is, so if you
$1,200 a month,
first of all,
to be cannon fodder.
this is a pretty slick website. This is for a crazy person who has a hard time stringing together 6 consecutive lucid sentences. If you scroll down to I'll show you where it's right there. Scroll up a little bit, and then if you zoom in, we're gonna start now getting into the heart of what I suspect is going on here. So yeah, if you scroll down a little bit, just to so that those 2 paragraphs are right there. Okay, and you'll see what it says is this war is about moving our entire world together. All these sort of Getty images of Ukraine, but look at the bold. Do not call your home country embassy to seek approval to join the fight. Simply get on a plane and come to Ukraine and join us. Do not tell the government. This is a guy who was flagged by our own CIA in the government, flagged by our own Customs Border Patrol in the government, who is, as we'll see,
here, pause it real quick,
channeling with the U.S. Embassy in Kiev, the exact place, the heart of darkness.
because what do you think happens if you contact your government and say, hey, I plan on going to illegally fight in a stop
They're going to put you on a list.
Exactly. And he is proactively probably using failure in the past of not informing future recruits to do that, probably using failures and lessons learned from people doing that in the past. He is utilizing the United States government and his connections within the State Department and CIA and whomever within the United States government to push people along with no-look visas to bring them into the country to illegally fight in this ridiculous war. Like this is insane, dude. And I'm just like, look, I'm looking at like oh man, my dog is freaking out. I'm looking at like Matt Hoover locked up for nothing, for stupid shit, right? And this dude gets arrested 74 times and is walks free every single time. Stop. walks free every single time. Like this is insane, dude. This is insane. I may have to cut it. We're coming up right on 2 hours, and I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to cut it. Take care of my dog that's going crazy, and also I got to wake up early in the morning. But I'm hoping you. What the fuck is that smell, dude? What the fuck is that smell, bro? Dude. Yo, what smells like ass? Oh, dude, hold on. Stop. Stop. I'll punch you. Stop. What the fuck is that?
So this is 9/10 of the phone calls I have with Dark on a daily basis. He's yelling at the dog. Santi, I smell it too. Oh gosh, dog farts. That's the worst, man. It's like you're just sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden it's like,
Lay down.
what?
Lay down. Lay down. Dude, I don't know what that was, but he got something on my arm that smells like there's a pile of shit on the floor. And someone had said that like dogs, like sometimes their anal glands can just like secrete like their
Oh
anal
jeez.
gland juice or
Oh.
something. Yo, stop eating your asshole. Stop. Don't touch me with your tongue. Stop. Stop. Dude, this is crazy. Chihuahuas are insane. Dude, get your ass mouth away from me. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Stop. Stop. Go lay down. I'm going to punch you. Stop. Stop it. Go lay down. I have to talk about government spookery. Go lay down in your bed. Lay down in your bed. Wait. Get away from your butthole and go lay down in your bed. 1 minute. Go lay down in your bed. Sorry, guys. Get a dog, they said. It'll be so much fun, they said. Yeah. Next, DLD milks dogs' anal glands. Yeah, they actually say don't do
Oh.
that because you can milk your dog's anal glands, but it's actually a bad thing to do that because the dog milks their anal glands every time they poop. So they just need to poop. That's all. But anyway, I don't know what my dog got on me, but it's disgusting, and I'm about to throw up. Goonbeam, leaky dog butt. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's dog energy for you. I know, right? Anal expression. Yeah, as if there is. My internet is. He just comes in like and sees this. Like, what the? Sorry. All right. Sorry. So what we were watching was an explanation of all the fuckery that's gone about with the second Trump shooter. Okay, and I think you guys can say that this at least raises some flags for you know we need to look a little bit more deeply into this, and I also say that we need to look a little bit more deeply into Mr. Crooks because there's no way that there's not no way. It's highly unlikely that these individuals were not connected. What say you, Rich?
Yeah, it just sounds like a massive amount of, effery going on. It's I'm the same age as the second shooter. I don't have as many, bad traffic stupid stuff in my history. And
Or
I certainly
CIA
didn't get away
contacts?
with it.
Or CIA contacts?
Or CIA, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we can tie it up here. We'll come back and revisit it as well. Sorry, guys, I had to end it a little early tonight, but man, That's some crazy stuff, man. Like when I was talking to Rich earlier, I was like, dude, this is a whole lot of fuckery going on, man. And look, um, to those people that say only police should be able to have guns because our government, we need our government
Yeah,
to,
you
like,
can trust. You can trust. No
there is
problem.
not a soul in the United States government that you or anybody can trust. I'll tell you that shit right now. All right. Like this, and this is not new. We've been talking about this for years. Anytime anyone says that's a conspiracy, they just have not looked deeply enough. I'm 20 something, 60 something. Yep. Ting, ting. Yep. Come on, man. All right, well, let's go ahead and you did miss most of the meat and all of the potatoes, but you can feel free to go back and watch. And we're not going to do it now because I got to run. But remember, after this live stream posts to my channel as a video, remember that you can comment on the video. Hey, Johnny Propane. Remember, you can comment on the video, and if your comment is funny enough, witty enough, and just all around likable, you may be featured as the comment of the day on the next live stream. So make sure you do that. Look, I appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out, man. I know that some of that live stream, or the show rather, that we reviewed was a little slow, but I think this is all important stuff that we need to look through and review. And if we can find some receipts on this stuff, you know that this is a whole nother level of fuckery. Because if the United States government is funding an assassin that attempted to assassinate potentially the future president of the United States of America, holy shit. Now, I also want to add that I absolutely have no um, desire to harm myself. I am in perfectly good health. God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm in perfectly good health. I love myself. I love my life. I love my daughter, and I'm totally healthy currently. So please, if anything happens to me, make sure my story is told. Anyway, before we go ahead and wind up here and close this out, Rich, anything else you want to add?
Nah, I'm good.
Excellent.
A lot of things, dots connecting that just don't add up correctly for a normal human.
Yep. Yep. But I mean, also, some people could say this individual, Mr. Flying Rich, was unemployed. How could he afford to do this? How could he must be funded by the? So you never know, right? But with him, with
Yeah,
this individual
I mean, look, all right,
specifically,
he could have inherited some money. Somebody could have left him a house, and he cashed out. You don't know.
sure, maybe, yeah, for 45 years. Yeah, maybe. Or the United States government is funding him to be able to do their bidding. So I don't know. I don't know, but it's super sketchy. Anyway, guys, look, I appreciate all you guys so much. I do want to remind you guys to please help share on this channel. I am on a race to 5,000 subscribers now. I'm actually actively currently racing Shooting Gallery Official. We all know and love Joe with Shooting Gallery, so obviously it's a friendly competition. But I am committed to getting to 5,000 subscribers. And it's funny because I always hear people say DLD should be so far beyond 5,000 subscribers. It's insane, right? Just the fact that we had like almost 90 people in here at one point tonight is crazy. I watch people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that have like 30, 40, 50 people in their chat. So it's the fact that you guys are this committed is incredible, and I love you all for it. Keep an eye out. We're going to be dropping definition knives very soon. And right now, you can go to Instagram, type in definition knives all together, and you'll find our page. Keep a lookout for the exact moment that they drop. Remember, it's probably not going to be on live stream. It's probably not going to be, you'll probably be told of when they're launching via Instagram. So remember that. So make sure you, Happy Joe, Goomby. Yeah, anyway, sorry, let me get back to it. If you guys could help share anything on this channel that you think some of your friends, family, anyone out there that may think just like you, if you could share my channel with them, that'd be super helpful because remember, it's not just for me, because when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway. And you guys know how I get down. I give away optics, I give away knives, I give away medical kits, I give away gear, I give away like really good, dope, useful shit. So if you guys could help me get to 5,000, that would be huge. And yeah, in closing, guys, remember, right now we are in the middle of a culture war, and it is so important that you take this time to, I would tell you, get right with your family, get right with God. Okay. Um, be a leader in your family, be a leader in your community, and just show up, man, because it's time for us to take a stand for what's right and what's righteous and to fight in any way necessary. Obviously, I'm not saying physically fight, gunfights, fist fights. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to just take a stand for what's right and what's righteous. Okay. You are a warrior of God, and you have been placed here for you to fight for what is right and what's righteous. Now, some of the ways that we do this, as far as, being a man, taking a stand for what's right and what's righteous and all that, is by setting yourself some, standards and expectations that help hold yourself to a different level of accountability. And some of the ways that we do that is with rules. I have some rules I like to share with you guys at the end of every single live stream, and as we close, I'll share them with you. So rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Make sure you follow Flying Rich. You can go to flyingrich.com to find all of his socials. You can go to Flying Rich, altogether one word, on YouTube. Flying Rich Firearms, altogether one word, on YouTube. And also, you can go to flyingrich_official on Instagram. But all of that is on flyingrich.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. I appreciate you all so much. And just remember, don't ever, ever take shit that they give you at face value. Okay? We'll see you on the next one. I love y'all. Bye. Toodles.